Hey boys, it's Harmnan. Today we're going to be going over what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. Right behind me here we have the Dubachi Rapid GT Classic, and it is available this week after a very long hiatus of being able to actually purchase this thing. Since it's been removed, I don't even think it's come back up for sale. So if you want a Rapid GT Classic this week, it is available within Simeon's dealership and it is discounted by 30% off. And this is my Rapid GT Classic. I think it's a really good looking car overall. Not saying that mine is really good looking, but I think it is just generally a good looking car. And it's also one of the faster sports classic cars in the game when it comes to circuit racing. So do keep that in mind as well. A lot of customization, overall just a very, very good car. But anyway guys, before we get into anything else, this week we got to talk about how to make some money in Grand Theft Auto Online, and boy oh boy do we have another good week on our hands. Our fourth week in a row of having a business bonus that's really, really good. But before we get into that, we got to talk about some of the lesser ways to make money. Starting off under community jobs, we have triple money and triple RP on new community series jobs. So stay tuned for those, they're going to be out there. As we've had for the past couple weeks, we have a contact mission that is on 4 times RP and double money, and those are going to be Simeon contact missions for the remainder of this week. So Simeon's contact missions are 4 times RP as well as double money. So that is really, really cool. We also have this available on Premium Deluxe repo work as well. So do keep that in mind. And we also have double money and double RP on Tiny Racers adversary modes this week. This is a pretty fun one. You should definitely give it a try if you haven't already. It's kind of interesting. It's pretty fun to play with friends. Don't shy away from it. Now, of course, the best bonus of the week, as I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail, is on the Nightclub. Nightclub basement sale missions are on double money and double RP. This means you're going to be making about $2 million for a nightclub sale if you have the best things, ready to go and ready to sell. You can make even more than that though. A full nightclub, like completely full, usually sells for about $2 million. This week, obviously, it's going to be selling for $4 million, but it doesn't end there. Nightclub request goods missions are double money and double RP, and you get twice as many goods on them as well. So you're going to get 2 crates instead of 1. So that's awesome. And last but not least, we have double money on the nightclub safe income. So instead of making 50 grand every 48 minutes, you're going to be making 100 grand every 48 minutes, which is pretty crazy. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of the nightclub this week in GTA Online. And if you don't have a nightclub, don't worry, we got a good discount on them this week as well. To purchase a nightclub, you're gonna have to go on the Maze Bank Foreclosures website. And if you're going to get one, you should probably get one that is at least above where my nightclub is on the map. So this one, this one, this one, and this one. These are the ones that I would recommend getting. Anything lower down than this is probably not gonna be super worth your time, but particularly these 3 at the very bottom here are going to be kind of trash. Now, when you're purchasing a nightclub, guys, you are going to need a few certain things, and I am going to be making a full nightclub guide tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. If you want to know more about the nightclub, you can wait till then. They are 30% off this week, so if you do want to buy one, I'd recommend getting either the Mission Row nightclub, the Downtown Vinewood nightclub, the West Vinewood nightclub, or of course the Del Perro nightclub. Any of these ones are going to be pretty good for you. Now, when you go to actually purchase your nightclub, the only thing that actually matters for making money is going to be under the storage tab here, and that is going to be to make sure you have all of the extra floors in your storage facility. This is going to matter for sure, and it's definitely going to be something you're going to want to take advantage of, because the more floors you have, the more stock you can hold in your nightclub basement, which means the more money you can make and the less sale missions you have to do because you can hold more stuff. So definitely get all the floors in your storage facility. Now, everything else in here doesn't really matter. It's all cosmetic when it comes to your nightclub. So don't worry about this stuff. If you want to purchase it, you can, but just know that the nightclub is the most expensive business in the entire game to set up. So you're going to want to make sure that you got some money for this business. But yeah, just make sure you get the storage. You can also get the extra garages if you want to, but they don't really matter. The only thing that matters for money is going to be the storage upgrades. Now, when you actually purchase a nightclub, you'll also find upgrades within it, and those should be 30% off this week as well. So do keep that in mind. For vehicle discounts this week, starting off on Legendary Motorsport, we have the Cheval Taipan. This thing is an absolute piece of shit. Do not buy it, please, for the love of God. It has engine resistance, which means it accelerates super slow and has a very, very weak top speed. It goes slower than a lot of the cars in the game, even some of the muscle cars and stuff like that, and it is a full-blown supercar, at least supposedly. It also doesn't have much in the way of customization, and it generally is kind of an ugly-looking vehicle, at least in my opinion. If you want to know more about it, there's going to be information out there on YouTube. Look it up, but just know that it is not a very good car, and you should probably avoid purchasing it this week. On the motorcycles tab on Legendary Motorsport, we have the Nagasaki Shinobi discounted this week. This is actually a really good bike. It's one of the fastest ones in the entire game. So if you're interested in circuit racing or just having a very quick bike with a little bit of customization as well, the Nagasaki Shinobi is actually a really good bike to pick up, and it's on sale for almost $1 million off this week. It's 40% off, which is pretty crazy. So if you do want it, now is a good time to purchase it if you're going to eventually. Over on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, we have the Festival Bus available this week for 40% off, as well as the Mammoth Patriot Stretch. Both of these vehicles are very useless, and I don't really recommend picking them up. However, the Festival Bus is extremely useless. Please, for the love of God, do not buy a Festival Bus. So slow, very top heavy. It holds 11 people, but it's just not fun and you're never going to use it. So please don't buy a Festival Bus. It is not a good purchase. The Mammoth Patriot Stretch can hold 6 players. It's actually kind of cool. So if you do want it, it's the one to buy for sure. It's only 276 grand, so you can't really go too wrong with it. But just know, like, performance-wise and stuff, obviously it's not going to be crazy because it is a limousine. So just know that, but if you're going to purchase one of the two, at least make it the Mammoth Patriot Stretch, because it is a lot better than the Festival Bus. God forbid, please don't buy the Festival Bus, please. Within the casino, the podium vehicle for the week is the Vapid Dominator GTT. It's actually a really, really good muscle car. It's one of the fastest ones in the entire game for racing, and it has a ton of customization because it did come out with the Tuners DLC back in 2021. So definitely try to win this thing this week if you have the ability to do so. Within the LS Car Meet, this week we have the Lampadaddy Casco available to be won as the prize ride. In order to do this, you're going to have to place first in 3 races. Not over a period of days or anything, just place first in 3 races. So if you got a friend, you guys should win trade back and forth, because the Casco is one of the best sounding cars in the entire game. It has nothing in the way of customization, but it still looks really, really good, and it sounds great as well. Overall, very cool vehicle. Definitely try to win it this week. As far as the vehicles that are available within the LS Car Meet this week, we have 3 removed ones. We have the Obey 9F Cabrio. We also have the Benefactor Feltzer, as well as the Grotti Stinger GT. And the Stinger GT is discounted this week by 30% off. So if you do want it, it is going to cost you just over $600,000. Not a bad price, honestly, and it is a really cool car. No customization, but it's not too bad. The Feltzer is an excellent sports car in GTA Online with quite a bit of customization actually for its age. I would definitely recommend picking up the Feltzer this week. It's only $145,000, which is not a bad price to pay whatsoever. And of course, we have the 9F Cabrio. It's got some good customization. It's a pretty good performing vehicle, and it goes for $130,000. You can't really go wrong with picking up a 9F or the Feltzer. The Grotti Stinger GT is a pretty cool car. It is a sports classic, so it's not going to be as fast or as fun in free mode. Out of the 3, I would definitely make sure to get the Feltzer above all else. It is a really, really good car, genuinely. Within Simeon's dealership, we have a lot of removed vehicles. Like I said right at the start of the video, we have the Rapid GT Classic right here in the back corner, and it is 30% off this week, which means that this thing is going for $645,000 roughly, which is not a bad price, all things considered. It's a very good car, like I said, one of the top sports classic cars in the entire game in terms of racing, so that's pretty cool as well. We also have the Volcar Fagaloa here, which I know that's not how you say it. It's got a lot of good customization. Pretty underrated car, honestly. I think you should probably pick it up if you guys are interested. We also have the Grotti Carbonizzaire, which is another removed vehicle. It is a convertible, which is pretty cool. Doesn't have a lot in the way of customization, a couple little options here and there. It does sound great though, and it is a really, really fun car to drive. I do recommend picking this one up. And of course, we also have the Bravado Buffalo S. Right here, Franklin's car from the campaign. Really cool vehicle, some extra customization over the regular Bravado Buffalo that's in GTA Online. So that's pretty cool. Pick this one up if you guys are interested. It's under 100 grand, so that's pretty cool. And last but not least, we have the Dinka Enduro available this week as well, which I do believe is a removed motorcycle. The Luxury Autos dealership sucks as always. We have the Declasse Impaler LX and the Karen Astro GZ available this week. I think we had this exact same combination of cars a couple weeks ago. I don't know what Rockstar is doing with Luxury Autos, but let me tell you, it is a waste, whatever it is. We also have some more good news this week, guys. We have another vehicle that can be kept from the Chop Shop this week, and it's the Meibatsu Penumbra FF. Actually a pretty cool car. You can get this and keep it by completing the cargo ship robbery this week, which is pretty awesome. Now we also have the Pegassi Zentorno available to be stolen. In order to get that, you're going to have to complete the Duggan robbery, and for the Karen Previon, you're going to need to complete the Podium robbery this week. So we have a pretty good update week on our hands, guys, and the last thing that we got to go over is, of course, the time trials for the week. Starting off with your RC Bandito time trial for today, we have Construction Site 1. Your Drunk Energy time trial is Sewer System. Your HSW time trial is going to be right here as well. It is East Vinewood to the Vespucci Beach, and it's going to end right about here. So that's pretty awesome. And last but not least, your regular time trial this week is Route 68. Thank you guys so much for watching What to Buy and What to Avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.